Welcome back to the Drift. We missed a week because it was Memorial Day, but Tom, I'm really happy to be here with you. Uh, I mean, when we have an extra week off, I just like my mind goes everywhere. So much to talk about. I mean, I think we could even. I literally it's just kind of like we could start anyway because I have so much to say. But we were just talking about prediction markets, and it is all the rage right now, and. Do you pay attention to it at all yet? What are your thoughts on prediction markets? Just because that's in my head right now. We were just talking about that.
I do pay attention. I don't actively use them um, because I feel like the markets are still a little bit wide. So I'm interested in it. I'm building so I have an AI team that's building prediction tools that's actually a really fun project that we're working on. Um, it's called Notre Dogus, and it's part of the Lost Dog platform, and we are about to release like our third version. And what we built now is really cool because all the it shows all the work that goes into each prediction, and so it's pretty unique in that sense. um, but I would say prediction AI like is not unique on its own. So I think that um, it's interesting, it's engaging. I'm not sure that it's um, that you can monetize it very easy. Do you know what I mean? I don't think there's an arb there. I think it's fun. It's very similar to betting on, you know, the NBA finals or the Stanley Cup finals. But I think the line is what the line is. You know what I mean? I don't think you're going to gain a real edge to it. What we did, Adam, which I think you'll like, is we assigned essentially a delta to everything.
Okay.
So everything's got a delta, but it's really just a probability. But I don't think that that's necessarily an edge.
Do me a favor. Just explain when you say we assigned a delta. I know that's the expected move.
Right.
But just go over with people how you view delta and you're using it in the way you're thinking about that, and then as it
Well,
relates to
in the
options.
trading world, I view delta as a share equivalent, right? So delta is just a share equivalent. So if you says you're long 100 deltas of IBM, you're long the equivalent of 100 shares of IBM. That's just your option position broken down into share equivalency. If I say something like, if you're making a bet on something and I say the delta is 80, that means the probability of success is 80.
Okay. And so when now just to switch it to options for a second because I think it's important and this is something you taught me years ago, but I use it all the time, so I just want to touch on it for any options trader out there. Now, when you're selling options, you want to sell at the end of the expected move, which is usually around the 20 or 30 delta, correct?
The 20-ish delta is going to be somewhere between the 16 and 22 delta is going to be right around your expected move, depending on the underlying. I mean, in a perfect world, it'll be, the 16 delta, but it's really closer to 16 to 22. So that's kind of the outer ranges of the expected move. So when you're selling delta, if you're like selling the 22 and the premium you collect, usually takes you to the expected move.
I actually had a just a weird thing I was thinking about, but I just wanted to ask you. When they're saying like the delta, here, I'm just gonna pull up an example. Um,
Sure.
let's just take Apple, and we'll look at the June 18th. The June 18th, the expected move is $11.88. It's trading at 307. So when they're doing the 30 delta or the 20 delta, does that include the price
No,
of the option? Or
no,
that's what I was going to ask.
no,
Um, it doesn't. Okay.
no.
Because I've noticed lately that it used to be the 30 delta, and maybe just because the market's up so much and so strong that right now what was the 30 delta is now the 20 delta. Like if you're looking at Apple 307 and you minus $12, that would bring you to 295, and the 295 is the 22 delta. Like anywhere I look for almost any stock, it's the 20 delta is outside the expected move now, not the 30. Has that changed?
No.
So it's always been more of the 20?
Yes.
So do you sell it to 30 because then you minus the premium that you collected?
No. No, the ideal delta, based on our research, the ideal delta, the most conservative delta with the most amount of premium is somewhere between 20 and 22.
Okay, so why did I have 30?
I'm when you're doing spreads, a lot of times because you have to buy something. So a lot of times when you're doing spreads, you have to do the 30 in order to collect decent premium. But if you're doing naked, it's the 20 or 22.
So you right, so then the trade becomes even worse because now not only are you selling at a more risky delta, but you're collecting less anyhow because you're doing a spread. So inherently spreads for that sense are worse trades, but most people feel more comfortable with them.
That's right. You're trading off defined risk for a lower probability of profit.
Okay. Um, AI and so you said AI in prediction markets is not something that you think is there yet. What about AI in trading?
It's funny that you ask because I have a seminar that I've written and given multiple times on exactly this topic. Um, I've been I've been constantly changing the talk I give, but it's almost a year and a half old now, because I am fascinated by the topic myself. AI and trading. I see there's a lot of things in this world where I think AI is really good for and technology is really good for, and there's a few things that I don't love about AI. But AI and trading, I see almost no negatives. Like I think it's AI and trading is as close to 100% a win as I can find. Now, when I say that, I don't mean that AI can help Adam Mesh or Tom Sosnoff make a better selection of what we're about to trade. Like, I don't think AI can help you and tell you if a stock's going to go up or down, if the stock's going to continue to go higher. I don't think that's what it's used for. But I think the technology itself, as a kind of a foundational piece to everything else that you do in the world of trading, is a true level setter. It's a game changer in the sense that it helps you to manage your discipline, manage your risk, manage your outlier risk, manage your strategies, learn about your more about your positions. I mean, it's almost endless. It's helpful on every level.
I'm going to say something I shouldn't.
Go ahead. Say
Um,
something controversial.
it's just probably just not good for me to say. It won't offend anyone else. So I sold my business in 2021 to a fintech AI company that was creating AI for trading.
Hmm.
Um, and it was interesting, I guess, as a long-term investing play. Not what I do. I guess, is there a, yeah, I kind of stopped halfway. I decided I don't want to say it. But is there, when you say AI is a win, what's the example? What do you think is the bar setter right now for the AI people could be using to help with their trading?
Well, it shortens the education and know-how curve
No,
dramatically.
specifically like Claude, ChatGPT, or is there like something more like where are they getting this from? Like, 'cause it's not just AI. Like, am I going on Claude, ChatGPT? Is there another revolutionary trading platform that you're using? Like, how would someone use AI in trading?
Well, first of all, you can use any of the existing, I mean, like if I'm just asking questions or for search purposes, like I'll use Gemini or ChatGPT or whatever. Mostly I use Gemini, um, but
Gemini. I don't use
if
Gemini.
you're
I use Claude and ChatGPT. Now I gotta get
well,
Gemini.
whatever, it doesn't, they're all the same. Um, but like when it comes to building software, so like we build AI software for trading, and like it optimizes a lot about everything, your portfolio, um, your risk management, your outlier risk. It I mean, we've probably built, I don't know, 13 agentic tools already, and they're all just to, keep you in line, keep your discipline in line. I think it does a really good job of that. Um, I think the challenge for people using AI in trading is to not use it as a predictive model and to not use it to tell you what to do, because I really think that's a huge mistake. I think the value in AI is really just to complement everything that you do. I mean, it's I find it incredibly valuable in that sense.
So when you say we, um, who is that now? Who's your we right now?
Oh, well, we now is just my new company at Lost Dog. So it's all, we have we have about a dozen developers, and they're all, the core team is all AI, is just basically building all AI technology. So, um, that's what I refer to.
So that's where you would use, so you would use Lost Dog technology as AI for trading. That's where you're building it.
I use some of it. So I use AI for search. So
Yeah.
most people use AI for search. I think AI is a great search engine, the best. So I use AI for search, but we've also built some fairly sophisticated software, and I've made some investments. Like I've also invested in a couple of really small AI startups that for trading. Like I invested in one company, which I don't use their software yet because I haven't had a chance to really bear down into it. But I invested in one company which is like they have a tool that it it um it essentially talks to you. It learns as much about you as it can, and then it talks to you as you're trading. So it's called Wendy, not Wemby, which you're about to go up against as a Knick fan, but Wendy, Wendy.
Uh-huh.
And it's a small firm that was started by a bunch of grad students from MIT, and they essentially are your trading buddy. And it's cool. They hang with you. The platform hangs with you. AI is it learns a lot about you. So it's almost like a little monster in that regard. And what you're going to see over the course of the next couple of years as a trader is that everybody's going to have these agentic bots that learn a ton about you. So there's going to be this bot that learns a lot about like Adam Mesh, and it learns how you trade. It knows what strategies you're better at, or that you've had better results at. It knows what underlyings you've done better at. It knows what mistakes that you've made in the past. It basically tracks everything. And so it's like a real-time tracking engine. And then I'm going to take it a step further. The new technology that's being built now by by online brokerage firms remembers what you're good at as well because it has all the data. So it'll say, hey, you know what? And we're nowhere near this yet, but we will be. It'll say, hey, Adam, maybe you shouldn't trade prediction markets. You're much better at doing selling call spreads, because it knows.
I can't tell you how amazing it would be um, for me to be buying puts in the queues and have my buddy Wendy say to me, Adam, you're down more buying puts in the queues than anything else this year. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, you're doing it again. No. All right. Well, keep it under control. Like, I would love all of that. I also thought, by the way, the only thing you guys were missing with your Tasty Trade platform, because I love the opening sounds, I love the dings,
Yeah.
which mine's a cash register.
Was
But
it,
the
oh
one thing
no? Oh no, don't do that?
Oh, I wish you would have had music to represent the flow of the market. Like on a bad day, I would want like dun dun dun, like the position's getting worse. And when it's good, it's like celebration time. Like I wish I had music to keep me in the flow of my mood, like on the market day. That's the only thing I thought you didn't think of with that. Because you have the dings to confirm the trades, but I
Yeah.
wanted sound effects to go with the way the market was moving.
I
Like
don't hate it.
like down day should be ominous music. Up days should be happy music.
I don't hate it. I
Okay.
don't hate it. Um, I've also invested in another AI company because I like to invest in like small startups, but another AI company run by a bunch of PhDs that um, it's called Deep Vest, and what they do is they just do an insane amount of portfolio creation and portfolio optimization. And again, I haven't used their tools either yet for myself. but I'm just learning more about their platform. But I am an investor, full disclosure. And so I just, because I'm fascinated by really smart people who build really cool tools. And so that's kind of what we've been trying to do to learn more. Because when you just hear about stuff, it's like, okay, that's cool. But if you actually invest in it, you have some skin in the game, then you seem to care more.
By the way, and you're very successful, so usually I like to give advice to, I don't know, people that like maybe I would look up to me a little bit, which is not this case, but I do have a good idea for you. I think it's a good idea. I think with all these investments you have, which are really cool, you're also growing your Lost Dog audience. Like I see your followings on social media and everything else growing to the point where it's like a legitimate following. And I think these startups should actually sponsor some live events, you know, pretty much to offset your cost of growing your company and bringing in all these new people, because a lot of what you do is for free. And come on and present to your audience their technology.
Yeah, it's funny. I like to let these companies kind of um
Just do their
I
own
like
thing.
yeah, I love to invest in young companies and I have crazy reasons for it. It's because if nobody ever invested in me, like I don't know if I would have had a chance. So I kind of feel like it's one of the ways I give back, a little bit, is I invest in lots of young entrepreneurs. And the other thing, I try to use their technology to help them, if because then they tell other people, who's using their technology and maybe it helps them. But a lot of these companies are very early stage, so they're not quite ready for prime time. Like they're just getting out there.
Yeah.
Um, there are definitely companies that are later stage that we will do stuff like that in.
Yeah.
But young companies, the last thing I want to do is burden them with marketing expenses. Because they're just trying to figure out how to eat. You know.
Well, I just think it's interesting that Lost Dog, because it's really geared towards helping individuals better their
Yeah.
financial self. And yeah, I guess maybe there, in some sense, could be a conflict if you're investing in other companies. But I do like the idea in general of having like a Lost Dog expo where you bring in all these people to present to them, and it just makes sense for everybody because you're a very trusted source of information. You're starting a new company that's a little bit different than anything you've ever done, and that audience is going to be a really valuable audience that I think a lot of people would want to be in front of. Although I've known from all these years working with you that you don't like introducing your audience to anyone else. It's always a one-way street with that. But this is a little bit different, I think. I think.
I'm very careful. I've been very careful throughout the years to it is a one-way street because I don't want to upset any of our other partners. Like I'm very careful I'm one-dimensional in that regard, just to keep everybody kind of, you know, just to keep everybody happy. I don't like to promote one person, not promote somebody else. I have to be careful.
Full disclosure for everyone. And when Tom and I 9 years ago now were negotiating our first deal, it was there was all these different parts to it, and I said, "And can you know, can I send out messages to Tasty Trade about me and my stuff?" And he's like, "Absolutely not." I'm like, okay.
I've never promoted a single person when we owned a brokerage firm. I've never promoted one person ever, not one channel partner. And I have lots of friends, but I'm purposely because I just don't want to piss off everybody else.
No, no, I loved it. I love I, my favorite thing. As much as I've learned from you in options, my favorite thing about you is that you literally always just say whatever you're thinking. And it's just honest and it's your honest response. There's no sugarcoating. It's very direct. And I think that's why everyone benefits from you. I really do. That's why I benefit. I told you it's like my cousin who I love. When I asked him to go to the Met game, and he was like, "Let me tell you all the reasons I don't want to go to the Met game," and he like proceeded to like I was offering front row tickets, 10 minutes, telling me about why that was such a bad idea. Um, summer trading, summer trading right now. We're getting into we're in June, so it's kind of summer trading already, past Memorial Day. Um, I've said this market's different than any other market I've seen in that it's not a boring bull market. It's an action driven, chaotic frenzy of buying like I've never seen. Um, I mean, for people that like are away more in the summer, like going on trips, just kind of maybe playing golf, like out during the day for things. Does anything change when you're going to be in front of the computer less in terms of the trade structure or no?
No, the world doesn't revolve around, your computer time.
Right.
I used to think that there was such a thing as summer doldrums and stuff like that, but it doesn't exist. No, I mean it really doesn't. And there's too much, nowadays, too much of the market making side is automated. There's no, it just I do not think that the um I don't think summer means anything. I just like I don't think there's a specific time of the day anymore that matters. I don't think there's a specific, month of the year that matters. I think everything's in play every day.
Yeah. And I mean, what we're seeing right now, I mean, it doesn't make sense to me at all. Um, in the market, like we've seen some of these moves that are just
It's unbelievable. I mean, some of the moves now that we're seeing, on a Sunday night, stocks like IBM open up $30, Microsoft up $15. I mean, but there's almost no downside action. I mean, this is very one dimensional. It's been this way now for, well, the last 2 months, but really the last however you can go back as far as you want. I mean, we're in uncharted territory and it is very, very one dimensional.
how do you like, I don't know, how do people participate if they don't want to be stuck holding the bag on this?
Um, well, so far the shorts, I mean, you're talking to somebody that's, I probably had my worst, the last 10 days, I've been my worst 10 days trading in probably a year or two. So like, I wouldn't even say trading because I'm not really, I'm choking on stuff. Like, I'm not really trading myself into, you know, uh, I'm not really trading myself into just a disaster. I'm kind of like put some positions on and everything's not working. So I would say the last 10 days for me have probably been the worst 10 days. And, I'm guessing a couple of years.
And at that point, do you and first of all, that sucks,
Yeah, yeah, it sucks.
Uh,
I hate it. I hate losing in one day, not like for 10 straight days.
is it do you start to actually wean down the positions rather than get more conviction as they're going against you? Like put in some defensive structure, like protect, like do you start to like,
No. I mean, I would like to tell you that I have, but I haven't. I have not increased the size of my positions at all. So on the one hand, um, no, I have not done anything defensively. But on the other hand, I refuse to add to my positions.
right? So you're not adding, you're not
No,
averaging down or anything like that.
no.
Right.
But we've
Um,
gotten to levels like that, like I can accept sometimes I'm just dead wrong. I get that. But when you're dead wrong by 100 index points,
yeah.
like you're like, holy crap. Like some of these stocks have literally doubled in the last,
More.
you know, I did not get short at 6,300 in the S&Ps. I was bullish there. I didn't get short until the S&Ps crossed through 7,000.
No, it's
I waited this thing out for 10%. Like I thought I was a freaking stud on this. I thought I really waited as long as I've ever done before. And no bueno, man. No
you
bueno.
sell, will you sell puts underneath? Like, because you'll be happy if it came back to that level.
In some stocks I have, but right now the puts are schmutz. I mean, they're really crap. So, but in the indexes, no, I'm not short any puts. I obviously in hindsight I should have, but I didn't.
No, I mean, yeah, it's just, I feel like, rationalness has gone out the window. I don't know if that's the right word, but no, some of these moves are like this is how would you relate this to like when Yahoo and Qualcomm and those stocks were going back in the day. Because
Very, very similar.
when
Very,
when Micron got that price target, they put on that $1,600 price target. That was like the Qualcomm
yep.
$1,000 price target, which was towards the end of that run, by the way.
Yeah, which was a complete scam. Why can't I think of the guy from Business Insider? What's his name?
Oh, Peltz.
No, no, the guy that owns Business Insider. Um,
Uh,
he got barred from the industry. He was an analyst at Merrill Lynch. He got barred from the industry. Um, and I think he got indicted. I'm not sure if he went to jail. And now he owns Business Insider, or he owned Business Insider. I just can't think of his name off the top of my head. But yeah, I mean, they were bullshit. They were complete bullshit. He was just playing the crowd. That was,
uh, is the CEO of Business Insider now?
I don't think I think he's the founder.
I know his name too because it's bothering him. Because I
Yeah,
know what
it's
you're
bothered
talking
me.
about.
He was an analyst at
Henry
uh,
Blodgett.
Henry Blodgett.
Yeah.
So Henry Blodgett in 1999 was coming out with all the bullshit. Like, you're right. Qualcomm was trading 200, and he goes, it's going to 800, and it went to 800, and then it went back to, $50.
Yeah.
But these are
That's
the
what it
same
feels like.
guys that were like, Lucent's going to, Lucent, whatever, Lucent, Sun Microsystems, they all went from 125 or $150 to zero. Yeah, I mean, but it's the same characters. I mean, is Micron the same? No, probably not. But is it too big to fail? Probably. But is it priced to perfection? Yeah, of course. Same with all these stocks. Same with AMD. Same with everything.
What do you mean price to perfection?
Well, like, I mean, if they stumble their if they
I know what
stub
you mean.
if they stub their toe, the stock's going to drop 250 points in a day.
Price to perfection means the price is currently, if everything goes as good as possible, this is where it should be.
Right.
Right.
In a bull market.
I mean,
People are I mean, to me today is wild. I mean, crude oil was up what, $7 today? Gold's down 100. Bonds were, down half a point, and the Nasdaq's up 300.
well, I mean, let's just take the market and then look at some parallels outside of it right now, because if you look at what some baseball cards are going for right now, like like millions and millions of dollars for these trading cards.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
crazy.
we were talking beforehand about Knicks tickets. Like, so the Knicks are in the finals, and I think if you ever wanted to get a sense of where we are in the world and if inflation is a problem, all you have to do is look at the price for Knicks game six. Okay, if the Knicks game six were to go to a final game, two tickets, okay, right now, the get in the door, the get in the door for game six is over $5,000.
Yeah,
Over
but here's the problem.
$5,000.
Here's the problem with game six.
Yeah.
If it ends in 5 or 4, you're out of luck.
Well, you get your money back. You didn't buy the
No,
seller would
no,
be out of.
no. You get your If you buy the tickets, you don't get your money back. You get the face value back.
Is that true? I think
Yeah.
it probably depends on who you buy it from, I guess, right?
No, I mean, if you assuming you buy it online at StubHub, whatever, I don't care what platform you use, you get face value back. You don't get what you paid.
Yeah. So, I mean, but this is so to sit courtside right now, not courtside, sorry, not courtside. So that, I mean, some are stupid, like 102,000. Not even sit courtside. That's just to sit on the lower level. To sit underneath the basket, obstructive view, 13,000. To sit in the rafters, 6,000,
When was the last time
7,000.
the Knicks were in the finals?
I know, but doesn't that say
No,
something? Because
I'm asking, when was the last time?
1999.
1999.
Yeah, 1999.
Yeah.
And
I
I just I can't see like this is my question right now. 6,500 sitting in the rafters. The person who's willing to pay 6,500, right, to go
yeah.
to a game.
Yeah.
is not the same person that will sit in the ceiling. That's not the same people. That's why I don't understand how those prices are able to sustain. Like I possibly would spend 6,500. I don't think I would. I wouldn't.
Well, I'm going to
I would,
say this. I only
yeah,
want to say one thing. I have spent some crazy amounts of money in my lifetime on tickets for certain games,
yeah.
and I have no regrets for any of them.
Okay, really?
None. Not a single regret. Like going to the Super Bowl, I went to the Final Four this year in Indianapolis. I paid more than that, and I have zero regrets. I loved it. And, you know, I mean, there's certain things you never get to. Like, I've never been to a Final Four. I wanted to go this year. Like, I'd never been to Wimbledon once. I wanted to go. So I paid some stupid money and it was worth it. And never been to a Super Bowl. So I paid some stupid money, went to a Super Bowl. It's one time, they're one off. I don't like guys like me, look at me. I wear Costco clothes. I don't spend anything else. That's what I want to do.
Right.
So I understand people if you're a fan. I bought game 5 tickets for the White Sox in 2005. Scott and I both bought game 5 tickets to the White Sox 2005. I'd never been to a World Series, and they won it. They swept in 4. And I was actually bummed.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Huh.
So
Who'd they
I've
sweep?
still never been to World Series.
Who'd they sweep? Astros?
Houston. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I'm impressed that I knew that. I got that pretty quick.
That is
Um,
pretty good.
so by the way, we had comments coming in. A lot of people were saying it was Henry Blodgett. Scott says to me, Dan Ives is the current parallel to Blodgett. Time will tell.
Yeah. Yeah. They're right. I agree. I mean, like, the analysts have, unless they make an outrageous claim right now, with AI's basically replaced everything they do. You don't need an analyst anymore, unless it's to make an outrageous claim. Like, to me, an analyst is just a PR agent now. Get your company in the newspaper. That's it.
Right.
Because what do you need an analyst for? AI can do everything faster and for zero.
I I can't. Yeah. I don't know. Well, I'll say this now, just to pivot one more time. Based on the market, based on prices of Knicks and stuff like that, I cannot see any way, you know what I'm going to say now, that the Fed lowers rates. They cannot lower rates now.
Oh, I don't think the Fed's lowering rates. I think the risk is, I mean, I've always thought the risk is if the Fed raises rates. I think that the 3-point rally in the bonds over the last, week and a half has taken the pressure off the Fed from having to raise rates. I think they were on the cusp of being forced to raise rates. I don't think they're going to right now. Right now, the rally in bonds back to, towards 112, 111 and a half. I think that puts them in safe area for just keeping everything steady. If bonds were to get back to under 110, I think the Fed has no chance except no other options other than to raise rates. I just don't see that happening at 111 and a half. But that's just my bond opinion. I am slightly long bonds, not very much. We got out of this. I mean, it's the only call I've made that's been right recently
My
is to be
85
long bonds.
TLT puts, they're good
Your your TLT puts worked fine. I mean,
every time. They looked in
every
trouble for a
bond
little bit.
trade, every bond trade has worked fine. I mean, it's been the gift that keeps on giving. It's just everything else I've done that's been crap.
That you gave me Bull, which went on a good run.
Oh yeah, that's
Uh,
been a good trade too.
yeah, you gave me that one. Um, yeah, no, I mean, yeah, it's just the big names. It's just, but you know what? You remind me a little bit of Bodie in Point Break. Do you know who that is? Remember Patrick Swayze?
Yes, I do. That's a good
And
movie.
he just wants to. I just watched it again with my daughter. He wants to surf the biggest waves, and he says there's something magical when you're out there on the biggest waves. And the equivalent is you look for where the most action is, and you get on the wave or go against the wave. But you're like a surfer looking for the biggest waves. That's what it is.
I think it's funny that you could sit down with your daughter and watch an old movie. My kids would get so mad at me if I forced them to watch, like a movie. What's that? 30 years old?
Yeah. It's so good though.
It is.
Utah, Utah. There's some great lines in that movie.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't seen
Um,
it for like 10 or 15 years, but it's great.
yeah. Anyhow, that's what I think of because I say myself too, like when there's like a GameStop or a car or something, I feel like my for me to do what I do and be who I am, I have to participate in that to some degree, just to say I was there. And I think when you see these moves happening, you participate on a whole other level. You're like on the competitive or like the, you know, but I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's that whole the market can remain irrational longer than you can remain solid. You prove that wrong? Screw that.
No, that's pretty fair, actually. That's pretty fair.
Well, I'm I am hoping for like a return to normalcy, at least for a couple days.
I need a little more than a couple days here. I need something. I really didn't think you'd see where the S&Ps now. They got to be 76, I don't know, 76.40 or something. I did not think we would get here. I'm not
Uh,
looking at a screen, so I'm not
uh,
exactly sure.
let me look. Sorry, I wasn't looking.
But whatever, it's
I had the
we're
big tickets up.
we're way, way past any level I thought we'd even get close to.
S&P 500, 7,614.
That's the cash.
Yeah. Oh, is
Yeah,
what?
the futures are going to be a lot
Oh,
higher.
oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, um, by the way, you did make me want to buy Knicks tickets. You like completely like with one sentence was like my son might get to go to the Knicks game now because of what you just said on here. Like I've never regretted going to a game.
I have never listen, the Knicks were last in the championship in 1999, okay? It's 2026. By the time you're really going to wait till 2050 for your next chance?
True. One of my like really good friends, we're all best friends growing up, and he's like like you, very very successful person, and like his big splurge over the last 4 or 5 years was he bought season tickets to everything he's a fan of. And so he has Knicks tickets, and he takes us to 3 or 4 games every year. And we've gone to the different playoff series. Me and my buddy have been texting each other like, "We haven't gotten the call yet. Have you gotten the call? I haven't gotten the call." And we're like, we think like he's probably just thinking he should. He's thinking his family, but we're like on the side, like we get the look. We get
Well,
the
just
look.
put your name in case somebody from the family backs out.
Yeah. Oh, he knows. It's understood. I think my play is maybe go to the city and I have a ticket broker and really try to buy right before the game, like where someone had to cancel and offload. I think that's the play. Like
Well,
literally wait the 25th hour.
the problem is that nowadays there's no scalpers anymore. So,
No, no, no.
yeah.
You do it all online though. Electric.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I
yeah. Yeah, I
like
know.
my when Taylor Swift was going nuts, my buddy he's like, you trust me? I'm like, yeah. He goes, I was sending my sister-in-law and my daughter to Taylor Swift, and those tickets were insane. And he said, "Don't buy them. Have them drive." They were driving to New Jersey from Long Island, so it's like a 2 hour plus commitment. He goes, "We're gonna buy the tickets right before the concert starts." I'm like, "All right, I trust you." And literally, as they were like pulling up to the parking lot, he's like, "All right, now we buy." And I saved thousands of dollars, so I trust him. I don't know. All right. So, I mean, where is Lost Dog right now? What's the latest with that? We haven't talked about that in a little bit.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, why don't we just save it for next week and I'll show you some cool stuff.
That'd be great. I love that. And then so sorry, one question I thought of before, and then we'll wrap up. Um, if you were making a trading playlist, like music to listen to while you trade, what are a couple of the songs that would be a must to be on it?
Oh, it's funny. I don't listen to music when I'm trading. Not
You don't.
really. No, I gotta think about that. I don't know. Like, what's
Nice.
yours?
Well, on a bad day, the song by Chubbawamba, the "I Get Knocked Down, but I Get Up Again," that was
Yeah, sure.
always my rally trading song. And then I actually built a whole playlist. We could go over it next time, but it's a little more modern stuff that I like. But yeah, no, I actually trade better if I listen to music than if I watch CNBC. You probably do neither.
Oh, I definitely don't watch any. I definitely don't watch TV. Right now in our office, the team has the French Open on.
Okay. Um, by the way, I like Netflix puts in the low 80s. That stock's just kind of staying there.
I do. I'm short the 85. No, not the 85 puts. The 85 puts, I think, in
Oh yeah,
July.
I'm short the 83 for June 18th.
Oh
Um,
no, I'm short July puts. I rolled everything to July.
oh, I had the 217 Nvidia puts on after earnings, and then I was gonna get a sign, but I didn't want to own the stock, so I rolled it back to the 215 for this week, and now they're just expired worthless. So I for today, I did them for June 1st because Nvidia has
Nice.
like the Todd, we covered a lot. We'll go over more next week. I could just keep talking to you forever, but this is a lot of time. I appreciate it so much.
All right.
Yeah. Good luck with the trading, and I'll let you know if I go to the Nick game, and also yeah, I definitely want to have dinner in the city, and I'll follow up with you about that other stuff we talked about. But
All
thank you
right.
so
Yeah. Let me
much.
know about the Knicks. I'm curious.
All right, bye
All right. Ciao.
later.